welcome to L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Louisville Cardinals. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Did you know Louisville has one of the most unique stories about their stadium in all of college football? The L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium was built on a former railroad repair yard that opened in 1998. The land on which it was built was previously serving as a site for the Louisville and Nashville South Louisville Rail Yard. During construction of the stadium, the blaring train horn was used at the rail yard to indicate shift changes and was reclaimed. It is now blown pregame and each time the Cardinals score. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Coming out with it, it's Richardson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Weaves his way ahead and gets 5 out to the 18-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Back to pass on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. This offense has it with really good field position. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Throws to the tight end. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Behind the chains now on second and long. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. He's got it. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. Wants to throw it again. Under fire. Picked off to stop the threat. Crosses midfield. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown Cardinals. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Time to take a shot. Goes high to pull it in. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Dogs!
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field, uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
He'll bring it out. It's Richardson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away, got the running back on the ground immediately.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism. He showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Gets the back moving. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Fires to the right. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Pulls it in with one hand. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Cardinals in the hurry up. Two-hand catches are preferable, not always necessary. Sticking the big mid up there and hauling it in.
And how about the play by the tight end, bailing his QB out? Because that was not a perfect throw, but he just stuck out that big paw and reeled it in.
Fires to the big fella. He gets it up to midfield, forced out of bounds at the 50.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What? A live look between the hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Anytime you step between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, you know you are on hallowed ground in college football. This is one of the best places you'll ever watch a college football game. The red and the black, the dogs, even the Uggas are buried in the stadium. This is one of the most iconic spots in all of college football. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. And the Ducks ready to kick it away first. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He's knocked down in the backfield, and even that spin move couldn't create space.
And they tried to run that sweep out right. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge, and then he might be able to do some more damage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Ducks! And they turn it into a defensive score.
I mean, you talk about coming out as a defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Down by a touchdown, and we'll see if they can get on the board with this drive. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here's more to throw. Under fire. Trying to get away. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Moore will throw. He's going to take off across the 35. Slides to the ground after picking up the first. Great play on 2nd and short. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Go to the end zone. It's picked off. Down in the end zone. The big play there, and the defense gets the stop. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Frazier.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on third down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Georgia on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A terrific play to keep him from getting to the chains and forcing the turnover on downs.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And the Dogs keep playing fetch on these passes, channeling their inner Scott Warner, Champ Bailey, or Keely Ringo, and making plays.
Just ball hawking, making plays. And again, when you pressure the quarterback, and the Dogs do that as well as anybody,
looking for more room. The 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
just straight wheels, racing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dante Moore. He lets it fly. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the third interception he's thrown.
They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They'll go right back to him. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuff both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. Moving out of the pocket. Fires downfield. And they can't make the play on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incomplete.
Guys, look at this. They're surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Now adjusting. Pulls it in. It's Hooks. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. And the Ducks come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. The run inside. It's Hill. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Ducks want to move quickly. They'll give it to him again. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Stockton. Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass will wrap up the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Might be calling a hot route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Scrambling away. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Snagged out of the air. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Georgia going up tempo.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Makes the grab on the left. Makes the catch, and he's free. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Now from inside the red zone. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get through.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long, whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages. He just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Back to the ground with the running back. Buys just enough space to create some breathing room. He's got it up to the 12. Third and short, they've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. On the gun, on third down, Dante Moore. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on fourth down. Before they snap it on fourth down, we have a timeout call. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. The Ducks looking to convert on fourth down. Fourth down, Moore. He's not afraid to go deep. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
And it's incomplete on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Moore. Incomplete. A 50-50 ball won by no one that time. So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. In the gun on third down, Moore. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Took it all the way back to the house.
It's crazy in college football. There's just so many defining moments in games that you can pinpoint, and that's one right there. The offense has the lead. You're trying to add to that here at the end of the first half. In a 2-minute situation, quarterback being way too aggressive, and that's a mistake, David. Taking pick 6 all the way to the house, that could really end up costing them.
And you talk about flipping a game really, really quickly. Look how bad it was looking. Now the defense gets right back in this football game, being ready for the 2-minute drill, making a play, going down and scoring, and taking all the momentum into halftime.
Moore fires to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Stewart. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Moore to the air. Here's a heat. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have...
Looking deep. Hits him in stride at the 10. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Trying to run, it's Hill. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Fakes the grab. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry-up.
Going to try to get it himself. Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
He had a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Here's more to throw. Buys a little extra time. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. Tie ball game as we play in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Moore will throw. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Taking it the other way. Quick step and go. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Defense will back up and make things a little easier here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Here's Nate Frazier. Touchdown, Bulldog! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And they tacked on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's hit. And he coughs it up inside the 20.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Dante Moore. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now.
He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Trying to take it back. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play.
Touchdown, exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
And he puts through the extra point. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Throwing Moore. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Moore. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Moore to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Hill. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Wants to go right back downfield. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Now here's Moore. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Again, it's Moore. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Moore. Here comes the heat. Flips it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. All down at the 31.
Bye-bye. Later. Peace. Bye. Trash.
will go to work. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Frazier again. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. They'll give it on the counter. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got a lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to power their way ahead. Here's a little room there. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
And the Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Going to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Going for 6. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Let's go. Talk about having one foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. A delay of game penalty like that just riles up the defense even more. A live look between the hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens. It's the USC Trojans and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, I have checked in with the Bulldogs head coach. Anytime the Big Ten takes on the SEC, it is more than just about this game. It is about bragging rights and who is the most dominant conference. We'll find out today, guys. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running inside, it's Jordan. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Right back to the well. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Working that left side now. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Mosley. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. They'll run play action. Looking down the middle. Makes a catch. Converts on fourth down. Is still on his feet. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quarterback extends the play. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be fourth down. They converted fourth down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Making side adjustments here. On third down, here's Frazier. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
That was a big first down for this offense. Like, your defense was just on the field a lot. And so to get a first down, to get that clock moving, to get them a little bit of rest, now getting maybe a little bit of a rhythm offensively, big first down for this up.
Finding some room. Touchdown Bulldogs! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. and you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
Running to Green. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. He lost one down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On fourth down, looking to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. One final play before the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Stockton. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Fielded in the end zone, it's Barber. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Trojans will hustle to the line.
Great job by the defense that time getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Wants to throw it again. With the catch, it's Bowman. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a first and 10. Just keep slinging it. Throwing right. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, there's something you don't see very often. A quarterback overthrowing that guy with his type of speed. There aren't a lot of dudes that have the arm talent to overthrow him, but somehow we just saw it happen right there.
Fires left. Snags it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And the Trojans, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Around the edge, it's Jordan. Stopped in his tracks and now have to try it again.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't Olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, are they going to power it in? Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Breaks into the open. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
On 1st down, Nate Frazier. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Pressure coming. Rolling right and going deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the middle. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Right down the middle. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires and picked off. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jordan. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Rides to the back. Nice move to pick up yardage. The Trojans decide to use their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. The Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? He's going for the big play. Touchdown, Trojans! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Extra point here will tie the game. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 31-yard toss for 6. And he's not going to take the touchback. Sometimes you just have to take the touchback. They get him down at the 4-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. He breaks a tackle. And he's not going anywhere as this defense has no plans to give up a big play before the half. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. They're working that left side. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with the scoring drive here. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Frazier again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. The Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. On 3rd down, here's Frazier. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker.
Man, nowhere to run on that play.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll run for it. It's Frazier. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone, on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking down the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say. A dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route, and the quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that one.
All even here in the 3rd quarter as they get set to snap it on 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Oh, he wants it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Man, those sting, man. Third down, the money down. Your guys got to come through. You had a good play called.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Fires to the wideout. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Shows him the stiff arm. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Frazier. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Stepping to the right. There he goes. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Snags it over the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Touchdown, Georgia! That one will give them the lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. And now, after being stymied for this entire second half, they must put a scoring drive together here and answer that last touchdown.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Caught over the middle. It's Mosley. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the change for a first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Mayava. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He'll pull it down and run.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. That's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Fires to the middle. Got him in the open. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. The Trojans were the answer. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. And he's going to bring this one out. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Time for the offense to try to put together a fourth-quarter drive to break a tie. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Got enough for the first. Turns it on in midfield. It's a seam wide open. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Frazier again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left. Trying play action. Gets rid of it. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Hey, this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. Still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on 4th. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
Big-time kick late in the 4th quarter to take the lead. Now, not much time left. Defense has to be ready on the sideline, ready for the 2-minute drill, knowing exactly what you're doing to get one more stop.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Escapes the pressure going right. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Throws for the tight end. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And his offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a...
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
The Dogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, and not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
Man, they have been great on 4th down. A perfect 3 for 3. They'll try it again here. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. He makes the catch. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that. Every time you go into the booth, I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these 2 squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're